Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday of this week and we're back to mulching. So we did that pond, what, day before yesterday? Yeah, day before yesterday. We're grinding stumps yesterday. Now we're back to mulching more ponds and stuff. So I'm gonna show you guys what we got really quick. It's sort of it's a pond with some other stuff we're gonna do. So I got the Mini back here behind me warming up. Let me, well, let's just go ahead and just jump in and see what we're doing. All right, got the Mini, got Little Munchie. I just put a little bit of a better sharpen on the teeth really quick, especially the middle ones, because they do most of the cutting. So what we're gonna do is first, we got this little driveway path, four-wheel trail here. We're just gonna come down this. The owner wants me to just kind of cut back about 3 feet on both sides, whatever I can grind. You know, that stuff, these gums and whatever these things are. Just take this back about 3 feet. It just goes that line of pines right there. It's not super long. And then when we get to the end of this, grind out this little bit right here in, just, you know, whatever I can kind of reach along that tree line. Cut that back a little bit right through there. We're gonna grind this pile of stuff right here. He said if there was a lighter knot in there, or a fat lighter stump, which is basically just a pine stump full of pine resin, don't worry about it. But whatever I can grind in that, grind it down, grind that, grind all that, and then just basically grind to that corner where that pipe is, and then grind this little corner back to where that pipe is, and then we got a pond. So let me show you that. Okay, so we got 2 ponds here. We're basically just going to cut to right there. This has all been repaired. He said this is all new dirt that's still settling. He does not want me to cut any of this right here. So this is all not touching any of that. So basically just that from that corner to right there, and then from that wax myrtle down to that corner. And then there's another pond on the other side of that that's pretty decent size, but it's all just like broom straw and some small trees and stuff. So I'm not gonna walk all the way down there. I've got the brush cutter with me, the MTL. So we're gonna do the ponds with the brush cutter because it's gonna be a lot quicker and simpler. And then I got Little Munchie for the rest of this stuff up here on the driveway. So that's pretty much it. Let's hop in the machine and get to grinding. Okay, little mid-job progress report. I just swapped out the mulcher for the MTL brush cutter because we're just kind of knocking down. It's just this little dog fennel stuff, you know, and over there is just mostly just broom straw. So it's honestly, for that kind of stuff, this thing goes through it a lot quicker because it's just a lot lighter attachment and I can just move and swing the machine around a lot faster. So all this looks good. It's all mulched down, looking pretty good. He just wanted me to just kind of clean up around that edge in there. It's really kind of soft and wet in a couple areas in there, but I made it through. That's the beauty of that mulcher on that Mini. It can just kind of go places that the skid steer sometimes can't. But yeah, all that looks pretty good. Just want to kind of clean up around these edges and cut some of that stuff back. Looks like some old trees have been rotting down through there. That looks like an old tree through there. I don't know. That too. I don't know, maybe it's just a pile of dirt. But we got all that cleaned up, got that little driveway path right through there cleaned up. I ground most of that pile, but he told me just grind the soft stuff. There's a couple of big red oak logs in there that, I mean, I could grind it with that thing, but I'd just be sitting there wasting time. It'd take me a couple hours probably to grind those 3 big red oak logs. They're the tops of them were a little rotten and soft, but the middle of them are super hard, so we won't mess with that. Not gonna try to waste time grinding something that thing's just not really gonna grind, because I'm doing this hourly and he just like, don't waste your time on that stuff. So but it went through the rest of that stuff pretty quick. Them little vines and all that other nonsense brush, no problem. So let's hop back in the Mini and start getting these ponds cleaned up. Well, the ponds are done. Owner's happy. He was strolling through here on his golf cart yesterday afternoon while I was cutting. And yeah, he was real happy with everything. So again, he didn't want me to cut any of that right there, because this is all new dirt from like that, well, basically where those leaves are right there. They had all that filled in. He didn't tell me how long ago, but it doesn't look like it was that long ago. Probably a month or two, based on there's just not a lot of grass on it. But this pond down here turned out really nice. We'll walk down there, I'll tell you, we'll show you. And here's the big pond. On the end, it turned out really nice. Only thing he wanted to save was a couple of these little cypress trees that were growing, and everything else he wanted gone, and that's pretty much what we did. And that turned out really nice. I'm really happy with that. He was really happy with it. So that should hold probably until, I don't know, midsummer. It's gonna start growing back, but it looks nice. And the brush cutter was perfect for that. It just for little ponds like this where you don't have to cut anything big, it's just sort of like broom straw and light little brush and stuff. That brush cutter is a lot faster than the mulcher, mostly because there's about a 500-pound weight difference between the mulcher and the brush cutter, and the mini just moves and swings that brush cutter around so much faster. You know, when you're doing ponds like this, if you were doing something small like we did that other pond, you know, the mulcher's fine, and the mulcher will do it just fine, no question. But you know, if you're just doing that, you know, on a pond like this, especially if it's a big one, it's going, or a ditch, and it's going to be an all-day thing, and it's just this little light stuff, you know, these little things, you know, brush cutter's just the way to go. Just much faster. Much faster. And it leaves pretty much about the same finish. You know, on these ponds, I try not to, you know, get the mulcher real down into the ground too much, because, you know, any place where there's a bare spot, when it rains, you know, that's just a place where you could have erosion, and that could be what happened over there with all of that. So I try not to, you know, with the brush cutter, it's just a lot easier just to leave just a little bit of the top of the vegetation there to hold everything in place, which is really nice. And you can get into the ground with the brush cutter too, but it's just a lot easier to do it with the mulcher. But they both leave a nice finish. The mulcher probably leaves a slightly nicer finish, but you get a lot more production. So all just depends on what your client is looking for. But for this pond, you know, the brush cutter was perfect. That's exactly what they want. I think they've been cutting it, like I said, with a side cutter bush hog most likely, so it's about the same thing. So they were real happy with that, and that turned out nice. These are some really nice, pretty little ponds. I wonder how long, I don't know how long they've been here, but this property goes way back. This is a big property. This is all you see going way back into there. It's all his property. So hopefully maybe he'll have me out to do some more mulching work, open up some little deer holes. There's a deer stand right in that corner right there. Yeah, it's back in that corner, and there's a corn pile right down in there. So they definitely do some deer hunting in here. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. This video will probably drop on Monday. Monday we're going back out to the charity job. They've got me 3 dumpsters out there to finish that job out, and I talked to the dumpster guy this morning, and he said on Monday, if I get 1 or 2 of them filled, and it looks like we're gonna need one more, a 4th one, to just call him. He can have me swapped out that day. So we're gonna hopefully knock that rest of all of that job out as far as the debris on Monday. It is going to rain on Monday, but I'm gonna go out there in the rain and get it done regardless. And my hope is after Monday, we'll be ready to go out there and start mulching. Maybe do that Friday, I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens. But a lot more other stuff coming up next week. Got a dirt job to do, which will be fun. We don't do a lot of dirt jobs. Got a dirt job, got some mulching work. We had a fun time. So just stay tuned, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.